Hey cousins, welcome back to the crib. Your favorite cousin Moni here, and today we are talking about the best rapper alive of 2025. So please do me a favor and smash that like button, leave a comment down below with your opinion, and share this video. So cousins, let's talk about this best rapper alive conversation because 2025 has officially given us one of the most interesting and, in my opinion, deeply questionable coronations in recent memory. According to Complex, NBA YoungBoy or YoungBoy Never Broke Again is their 2025 best rapper alive. Their reasoning centers on his output, fan engagement, and chart presence, positioning him as an artist who stayed active, visible, and culturally relevant throughout the year. Complex highlights his albums, singles, touring, and his perceived influence in sports culture as justification for the crown. But when we actually look at the numbers and the sports cultural justification, context really matters. As far as NBA YoungBoy's 2025 chart success, here's what that year really looks like for him. NASA debuted at number 6 with 49,000 units sold. More Leaks debuted at number 29 with 21,000 units. Deshaun debuted at number 96 with 11,000 units sold. On the singles side, Shot Callin' peaked at number 43. I believe it debuted in the 90s. What You Is also peaked at number 75. And that's it. No additional chart entries in 2025, just two. Now, that's not nothing, so give it up for NBA YoungBoy. But the reality is that that's not dominance. It's respectable, it's solid, it's cute. It's not best rapper alive territory when we zoom out and compare it to the actual field. Because here's where the narrative starts to fall apart, for me at least. Being prolific is not the same as being the best. Consistency does not automatically equal supremacy. And this feels far more like an award for exceeding expectations than one earned by outperforming his peers, especially when you consider who he beat. So let's walk this down. My best rapper alive should be no surprise for anyone for 2025 because in 2025, Kendrick Lamar had the longest running number one single in the world, holding the top spot for 13 weeks. He was also the only artist that year to have two separate number one records in the world with Luther and Not Like Us. 14 weeks total at number one. He headlined a 45 plus date stadium tour, something no rapper has ever done. On top of that, he headlined the Super Bowl solo, another milestone no rapper has ever achieved. And let's be clear, GNX, despite releasing in November of 2024, was the best selling rap album of 2025 in both streams and total units sold. And it finished top 5 across all genres. His tour ranked top 3 overall in 2025, only behind Beyonce and Coldplay. So if we're talking about dominance, that's what you call dominance. Not to mention the features with Playboy Cardi and the Clipse. Now, let's talk about the Clipse. Malice in particular would be the best rapper alive off of lyrical content and features alone, if you ask me. But Let God Sort 'Em Out debuted at number 4 with 118K units sold first week, more than double YoungBoy's strongest debut in 2025. The album placed multiple songs on the charts: Chains and Whips, So Be It, POV, H Trumpets, The Birds Don't Sing, Mike Tyson Blows to the Face. Again, NBA YoungBoy only charted 2 songs this year. The Clipse were also named Comeback Artist of the Year by Billboard, and their album topped numerous Album of the Year lists across major publications. I believe their album from The Guardian received 4 or 5 stars. Then we have Tyler the Creator. Tyler's 2025 chart presence was extensive and undeniable after releasing Don't Tap the Glass, Big Poe, Sugar on My Tongue, Ring Ring Ring, Sucker Free, Stop Playing With Me, Mama Them, I'll Take Care of You, Don't Tap the Glass, Don't You Worry Baby, Tell Me What It Is. These are all the songs that topped the charts in 2025 for Tyler the Creator. When you put these three, Kendrick, Tyler, the Clipse, or Malice, next to NBA YoungBoy, the gap is not subtle. It's massive. His success does not remotely compare, commercially, culturally, or historically. Now, I'm not here to downplay NBA YoungBoy because, again, like I said, he had a phenomenal year. But if we're going to list out reasons why someone won, you have to be able to say that those things that you listed were better in comparison to other rappers. And as we see, that's not the case. Now, let's address the sports argument. If we're talking about sports influence, how do we not mention the rapper who headlined the biggest sporting event in history, whose music has been used as the soundtrack across professional and college leagues across the world? Talking NBA, NBL, NHL, women's college basketball, men's college basketball, gymnastics. LSU just won second place in their gymnastics competition. Or was that cheerleading? One of the two, but they placed second place using Kendrick Lamar's music. So yes, did NBA YoungBoy exceed expectations? Again, absolutely. He's outperforming artists like Lil Baby, Young Thug, and 21 Savage right now. That's not no small feat. He's doing things they can't do in 2025, which is amazing. But if we start handing out Best Rapper Alive titles because we're shocked someone is still relevant and did better than expected, that's just reckless, in my opinion. So what are we actually judging here? Charts, commercial success, touring, cultural impact? Because if those are the standards, how are Kendrick, Tyler, and the Clipse not giving far more attention? Which brings me to the most dangerous part of this conversation. In Complex's interview with NBA YoungBoy, he explained the meaning behind his album title, Make America Slime Again. And he said that title represents following whatever Trump is applying. In every way, enforce whatever Trump's applying. This is where influence becomes a liability. NBA YoungBoy does not exist in a vacuum. He has millions upon millions and millions of young Black fans, many of them teenagers, many of them politically uneducated, many of them navigating systems that already work against their survival. When someone with that reach tells them to blindly follow a man whose policies are actively designed to erase them socially, politically, and economically, that is not just irresponsible, it's dangerous. Donald Trump has openly championed policies that target Black communities, voter suppression, aggressive policing, mass incarceration rhetoric, anti-education initiative, and immigration crackdowns that tear families apart. His administration's legacy is rooted in erasure, punishment, and exploitation, not empowerment. So when NBA YoungBoy says enforce whatever Trump's applying, he is effectively telling a generation of Black youth who co-signed the very system that seeks to silence them, cage them, and strip them of opportunity. That is not rebellion, that is indoctrination. And let's be honest about how this happened. In May of 2025, YoungBoy was sentenced just under 2 years in prison on gun-related charges. He was later pardoned by Donald Trump. Donald Trump did not do this for charity. He did this for strategy. Trump has a documented history of selectively pardoning high-profile Black men to manufacture loyalty and soften his image. Freedom becomes leverage. Platforms become propaganda tools, and young fans become collateral damage. This is why this matters. Because YoungBoy isn't just expressing a personal political opinion, he is weaponizing his influence, knowingly or not, and funneling Black youth towards an ideology that has never ever been in their best interest. And then there's the album title, Make America Slime Again, Massive. Not only is it a MAGA play, but MAGA is a historically loaded term tied to enslavement and forced subservience. Aligning that symbolism with Trump is not ironic. It is grotesque. So no, I don't see Best Rapper Alive. I see a talented artist who exceeded expectations musically, but failed catastrophically in responsibility. Because when you have millions of Black kids listening to your every word, you don't get to be careless with who you endorse. And right now, NBA YoungBoy is endorsing a man who wants them and him erased. So cousins, thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. I appreciate you so much. Please leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on this situation. Who was your best rapper alive in 2025? Leave a comment below, like the video, share the video. Y'all be safe, and I will catch y'all in my next one. Later.
Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.